Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines is an RPG set in the universe of the tabletop game of the same name. In it, you play as a newly turned, fledgling vampire, attempting to navigate and survive the world of darkness in which you now live. Despite having a rushed development and a poor initial release, the game has become increasingly popular in recent years due to the quality of the game's writing and world building. And one specific area has remained especially iconic throughout the game's lifetime, but for slightly different reasons.
I'd be willing to put the word out that my grievances with Tongue have been swept under the rug, but in return, you'll have to help me remove a particularly burdensome spirit from a property I'm looking to invest in. Rumor is that a personal item of a ghost may be used to draw it out or excise it from its haunt. While I don't put a lot of stock in hearsay, it's my last option. So I want you to go to the Ocean House Hotel, find an item of the spirits, and bring it back.
First, some quick backstory. You visit the Ocean House Hotel during the main quest, The Ghost Haunts at Midnight. After finding a way into the hotel to complete the quest, you quickly begin to encounter supernatural phenomena. As we explore the hotel, you find newspapers scattered throughout that provide hints towards the backstory of the spirits haunting the place. Several decades ago, a man by the name of Ed snapped during a vacation at the hotel and murdered his entire family. His murderous intent seems to have stemmed from an obsession with his wife's pendant, which he assumes was given to her by someone she was cheating with. The murders were never fully solved, and the hotel mysteriously burned down partway before conclusive evidence on whether the mother or father committed the crimes could be discovered by authorities. The hotel is haunted by the spirits of Ed and his wife, constantly reliving the same murderous events over and over again. You eventually track down the wife's pendant, the object keeping the two spirits tethered to the hotel, and escape to complete your quest. Your visit to the Ocean House Hotel is short and has little effect on the overarching plot of the game, but it has stuck out to players as being a tense, frightening, and memorable experience. For this video, I want to look at why the level remains so popular, and to do that, we'll focus on why the level can be so frightening. An important thing to note is the subjectivity of horror. Not everything is equally scary to every person. My hope is that even if you don't find the level personally scary, you can understand the design choices that make it frightening to others. First, we'll start with the use of fear and danger to keep the player on their toes. Throughout the level, you are constantly dealing with the malevolent spirit of Ed, who is manipulating the objects in the hotel in an effort to frighten you off or just straight up kill you. What I think is effective is that despite appearances, you are rarely in any genuine danger throughout the level. The objects that get thrown at you can hurt you, but since you are constantly regenerating health, it isn't too much of an issue. Most importantly, there are no actual enemies in the area, but the game never tells you this. Instead, it relies on unknowns to trick the player into thinking that they are in more danger than they really are. You can constantly hear Ed's malicious laughter echoing throughout the halls. And in one very iconic scare, you can catch a glimpse of his spirit from behind some pipes, only for him to be gone when you round the corner. The only area of the hotel where you actually face imminent death is the elevator shaft, where Ed attempts to drop the elevator on top of you. However, you are forewarned of this happening by the ghost of the mother, who does appear in a physical form throughout the level as well, but is far more benign and attempting to lead you towards the pendant you're looking for. This fear of a potential active threat is a genuine tool of horror, even when, and especially when, there is none in the first place. Outside of direct scares, the atmosphere of the level is also excellent. One of the most important parts of horror is setting, and the Ocean House Hotel is a magnificent one. It's almost a character in itself, with its iconic exterior that looms over the player. The design of the level is also very maze-like, with the player moving throughout the hotel in a very convoluted and disorienting pattern. However, more so than the design of the hotel, I think the real hero of the level's atmosphere is the sound design. Bloodlines has an incredible soundtrack and very little of the games without score. Even the exterior of the hotel has a sinister theme. But when you step into the hotel for the quest itself, the music stops. There is only silence, allowing you to experience the ambient sound design of the level. Future scary levels in the game, such as Grout's Mansion and the Sumishi's house, retain a soundtrack and have constant, consistent enemy placement throughout, and while these aren't bad levels by any means, they lose a lot of the fear and atmosphere that the Ocean House Hotel has. Silence and setting lend a lot to horror, and the Ocean House Hotel uses them both exceptionally well. The design and atmosphere of the level are all fantastic, but there's another facet of the hotel that is underlooked, but which I think is one of the most important factors of the level's popularity: its placement in the game. The Ghost Haunts at Midnight is one of the earliest quests in the game, being given to you in the starting area of Santa Monica after you complete your very first quest, Surf's Up, in which you break into a house of gangbangers to retrieve money stolen from the quest giver. Surf's Up is very much an introductory power trip, designed to allow your character to use their new vampiric powers to the fullest. You can fight your way in and effortlessly kill all of the frail humans. You can take a stealthier approach and take everything under their noses without ever being detected. Or you can rely on your charisma or sex appeal to talk your way in and out. Regardless, you're bound to leave the level happy and move on to your next quest, and straight into the Ocean House Hotel. You go directly from a level in which you have all of the power to a level in which you have none. From a power fantasy to a nightmare. A major theme of the game's story is that despite their lack of humanity, vampires still retain human emotions and hopes. And the Ocean House Hotel teaches both your character and you, the player, that being an almighty supernatural monster doesn't leave you immune to fear.